Hi guys, it's Benedict here. I'm Benedict na walang K pero may T. Today's video, I'm going to discuss about the facts and characteristics of being Generation Z. Let's define Generation Z. Tinatanong nila kung ano nga ba talaga yung Generation Z. Generation Z yung mga taong pinanganak between 1996 to 2012. Generation Z sila yung mga 24 years old to 10 years old ngayon. So ngayong video is pag-isa-isahin natin ang mga characteristics at facts about sa Generation Z na sinasabi ko na pinanganak noong 1996 hanggang 2012. Ang una kong nalista dito yung technologically advanced. Sila yung mga generation na advanced sa technology, which is sinasabi dito na Generation Z are technology advanced and knew how to use a smartphone from early age. Sila kasi yung parang sila yung generation kung saan doon yung sumibol yung mga technologies like cellphone, smartphone, laptop. Because sinasabi nila na technology makes our life easier. Pinapadala yung mga works natin with the use of technology. Generation Z is all about technology. From the time of their birth, that computer and cellphone were commonplace. Yung mga technologies like cellphones and computer is ginagamit na nila for communication. Because being connected makes communication virtually limitless. Not common for the Generation Z have friends all over the world. For many, communicating with someone halfway around the world may be easier than communicating with older relatives. At the dinner table during the holiday meal, when phone may be confused for an extra appendage for Generation Z, because all we know that cell phones are used first and foremost, like for entertainment purposes. Sure, Generation Z is like face-to-face interaction, but it doesn't always have to take place in the same physical location. Regularly utilizing apps such as FaceTime or Skype, members of Generation Z will be often have face-to-face conversation with 1,000 miles separating the participants, utilizing technology for which they are so there. The main difference between Generation Z and older generation is the reduced of amount of eye contact employed. The younger generation was born with a device in their hands and are simply used to looking down. It's not meant to be a sign of disrespect or disinterest in the person speaking to them. And although older generation may interpret their lack of eye contact as such, Generation Z is very competitive. This group is very focused and competitive in most areas of life. Not only do they want to get into the best school and get the highest paying job, they want to win every debate and every sporting event. Competition constantly drives this group. Competition may be against others or within themselves, and competition against the clock is constant. They want what they want now. Patience is a lost art with Generation Z, knowing they have to act quickly to get what they want, quitting someone else maybe beat them to the punch. Generation Z prefers independence. A key differentiator between Generation Z and their millennials counterpart is Generation Z's preference to work independently. Millennials are all about collaboration, but the competitive nature of the generation contributes to them wanting to control their own destiny and not rely on the other work on their own successes. Workplace who lowered cubicle walls and created open work areas for millennials workforce maybe want to rethink this strategy, because this is typically not embraced by members of Generation Z. Next, Generation Z can be a lot like their parents, no matter how much they may try to fight it. Generation Z can be a lot like their grand ex-parents. Behaviorally, millennials tend to reflect many of characteristics of their baby boomer parents, a key disgusting difference between the two groups. With an individualistic focus and certain levels of skepticism, they are relatively optimistic even if they aren't overly trusting. In fact, Generation Z is a part of generation that is global, social, visual, and technological. They are the most connected, educated, and sophisticated generation ever. They are the upagers with the influence beyond their years. They are the twins, the teens, the youth, and the young adults of our global society. They are the early adopters, the bad influencers, the brand, the social media drivers, the pop culture leaders. They are comprise nearly 2 billion people globally. And also, they don't just represent the future, they're creating it. Generation Z have been born into the crisis period of terrorism, the global recession of climate change. They are predicted to spend their young adult years in a time of economic and social renewal. They are also living in an era of changing household structures and the students of today and university graduates, employees, and consumers of tomorrow. In addition, Generation Z considered itself more accepting and open-minded. Almost half of Generation Z are minorities compared to 20% of baby boomers, and the majority of Generation Z support social movements such as Black Lives Matter, transgender rights, and feminism.